What's up, everybody?
Hey, the What's Up Everybody is back.
Yep, it might be back for a while.
Oh, shit. Not if I have anything to say about it.
We're going to talk about ghost videos tonight. We got a recommendation from our good buddy Delago about a channel called Bizarre Bub.
Delago's been really sending some good shit over lately.
Yeah, he's aces. But these videos, I was shocked. I thought they were much like with Bob Gimlin's Bigfoot channel, that there weren't any good breakdowns in the support of Bigfoot or good encounters or cases. This channel has a lot of shit that I, as somebody who have always watched stuff like this my whole life, I can't explain it. It bleeds into the realm of what the fuck.
My favorite thing about his channel is it's like it's every, so he releases these like groups or puts these groups of videos together and releases it as, you know, a volume. So like it's like Spooky Things Volume 1 and so on. But he puts stuff on there that is admittedly that he'll say this, like he'll show the video and then he'll be like, this isn't real, but here's a video that is real. And then he shows a video of a similar thing where it's actually real. It's not a staged event. And he's always quick to ask, you know, he leaves it up to the viewer. He always asks what the viewer thinks, but he's always quick to point out the possibility of like pareidolia or shadows or another person. Like, he's not just one of those people that are like, hey, look at this creepy shadow. It's clearly evidence of a fucking demon. Which I appreciates.
Yeah. That's one thing I appreciated as well, is how he would point out where it could be faked. So, you know, and sometimes he'll just say, of course, remember, this could be faked. You know, all these things could be faked, but...
And a lot of them could be faked, and most of them probably are. But if they are fake, a lot of them are very good fakes.
Yes, there's some that stand alone. As a lifelong connoisseur of videos of ghosts, I'm impressed with quite a bit of them. So we've made a list of our favorites. We'll put them in the show notes. Make sure to subscribe to his channel because he puts out content all the time. And like I said, and
it's great. Even if it's not real, it's entertaining as shit, and a lot of it is really fucking creepy.
Yeah, for sure. There's a few of them that made the hair on my arm stand up, for sure. And that's what we're going to get into. So the links will be in the show notes, so you can check it out as we talk about them. You can pause it or do whatever you like, but
yeah, or you could just listen to us react. Just, you know, it's probably not going to be as good. And so for you commuters that are listening to us, I guess maybe, unless you really like us, this probably won't be for you, and I'm sorry, but it's definitely going to be better if you've got if you can watch along with us. But, you know, if you just want to hear two guys talk about ghost videos, then continue to listen, because that's what's about to happen.
Okay, so this is one that I had on my list as well. This is some of the scariest shit I've seen in a long time. Tell us what we're looking at here.
So for those that aren't watching along with us, basically what we're seeing is black and white footage inside a house.
Security camera type thing.
Yeah. You know, kind of grainy. And you see this figure kind of hovering in front of the door. It's like this kind of cloudy, human-shaped figure that's floating there. And as the door opens, it almost looks like the arm extends to the door to open the door as a man walks through on the other side. And then later, as the man is leaving, you can see this figure following him, and it almost looks like at first when it's first following him, to me it reminded me of like a grandma, just like an old lady kind of hunched over, like a just kind of doddering old lady or something. But then he walks out the door and it just disappears. But the freakiest part is the end of this video. They try to confront this thing, so they call out, "Who's there? Are you in the boys' room?" And then all of a sudden, the baby from the bedroom starts crying,
which they have video of too. They've put cameras everywhere. The first thing that happens is after they say that, they hear the boys crying, and the camera is turned to the right, so it's now facing a wall by itself. The shot of this camera, you're seeing the tops of the heads of people. This is out of their reach, and it doesn't do it robotically slow. It even snaps back to the left, but not in the same position that this camera was set in. So as they hear this kid cry, they get up to go check on him, and you can see that there's a camera. They put this video in side by side, and this kid's just laying there asleep and just doesn't even wake up before it starts crying. And they go to check on this kid, and the door is locked. And it's not like they don't have a key there, but they end up having to kick this fucking door in to get into this room where this kid's at.
Yeah, it's like Paranormal Activity stuff.
Yeah, but this shape that you see when it starts, it's one of the most clearest images of a supposed ghost I've ever seen. I thought it was another person.
You know what it reminds me of? You know that classic picture of the fucking, it looks like a cloaked ghost on the staircase?
Yeah, the
like
brown ghost.
The railing? Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
To me, it has more detail. I instantly saw an old lady. You can see her sweater, I think. You can see her hairstyle.
Yeah, it looks like her hair's in a bun or something.
I thought it was another person. I thought it was somebody walking with this dude. They seem to reach out to
as
close
he's
the
walking
door.
out.
Yeah, close the door behind him. And when he gets back, it seems like it opened the door. So friendly or not, the footage is shocking. But the after effect, it wasn't like they had candles out and shit. It wasn't a fucking seance or anything like that. They just got some weird noises and got the feeling that there was something there, and it said, "Are you here?" It wasn't like, get out of here, motherfuckers, or it wasn't anything that would provoke it. It was I believe it was, "Are you here?" or "Are you, who's there?" And that's all it took. The friend says, "Do you think it's in the boys' room?" And the woman replies, "Shut up, don't say that."
Yeah.
And then the baby instantly starts crying, screaming his head off. And then the camera starts moving around. And there's a couple videos where these stationary security cameras are moved like that. It's bizarre.
Yeah, if that's real, then that's one of the scariest things that I've ever seen. But that's the thing. With anything on the internet, I'm instantly skeptical, which is really unfortunate, but it's the way it's got to be, because there's so much bullshit. But this is so creepy to me.
Yeah, a very strange footage. I mean, when the door opens, when he goes to leave, there's light outside, so it illuminates the shape, and it's partially transparent. It's not a person. It's not something that's even there, really. It's very compelling.
Yeah, and it's clearly not something that he was able to see, because he walks right into it.
Yeah.
And when it was following him out the door, he didn't seem to react to it either. Jeez.
Yeah, that was gnarly shit.
So the next one is actually part of the same video. I think it's the next clip on Scary Comp Volume 17. This one is scary as shit, but to me it's not as compelling. But if it's real, this is the most terrifying thing ever. Like, I can't think of anything scarier. Well, I could probably concoct something, but I mean, this is like horror movie shit. It's ugh.
Well, we're gonna watch it right now, and so we can explain it with a fresh view in our mind. And there's interesting points about this series of videos here, but God, whew, okay. Gosh, this one is rough, and I want to start off with this because there's an extended. I'll take this out, Mike. There's an extended version in his other videos. I'll start it off with. There's a lot of shit going on there. The crown of this video, I'll let you tell, Mike. But it starts off with it's a piñata shop in Mexico, and they have security cameras. Of course, there's just tons of stuff going on. There's stuff flying off shelves. They've caught piñatas turning by themselves, moving by themselves, and apparently it got so active that they were just live streaming stuff at the store. But there's this section of footage that they, claim to have captured that is, there's an explanation that somebody tries to use for it at the end of the video, but it's honest to goodness. Horrifying. So, Mike, tell us about what this still security camera captures in this piñata shop.
All right. So, basically, what happens? It's a stationary camera, and it's just focused on this pile of. It looks like. Are those piñatas that it's focused on? It looks like giant stuffed animals.
No, they're piñatas.
Okay. So they're these big piñatas, like really big piñatas, not like your classic little fucking llama piñata. Like these are like for a party with like millions of children's. But anyway, it's focused on this pile of piñatas, and you hear this sound. It sounds like something is being dragged across the floor, but like it also kind of sounds like a growl maybe. But I think it's probably something being dragged across the floor.
I definitely got that feeling as well.
Yeah,
something being.
Yeah,
but it's just the image is a lot to take in. There's like 27 eyeballs looking at you on all these piñatas, and some of them look different than others. And I was waiting for one of the piñatas to jump out
to move or something. But then the camera starts getting all like it'll get super bright. Like a light is being shined, like a bright light is being shined on the area, and then it gets really dark, and then the screen goes black, and then it turns green, and then it fades back in and gets grainy, and just starts doing all this shit.
I used to have actually an infrared camera, a night vision camera, and there's special lights, lights that they accentuate any light that's there so you can get a clearer image. And if you put your hand in front of it, that's exactly what happens. It'll get bright white and then get black once it realizes there's no light to grab. And that's in this video, that's what it looks like to me, is something's getting directly in front of this camera. I don't think it's camera feed interruption, classic cheesy creepypasta stuff. I think it's something moving in front of the camera.
And it follows, like, the distortion on the camera, whatever happens, follows whatever this sound is. And after one of these dragging noises with camera interruption, as the camera comes back into focus to focus on the piñatas, you see this dark spot in among the piñatas, and then it slowly raises up, and it's this really creepy skull-like face with long hair coming down, and you can see eye shine where the eyes are, which is fucking creepy.
And they're not normal eyes. They're huge, and they look like a skull eyes, but there's obviously moisture there. It's very bizarre. It's got long, blackish, stringy hair, and it's there's somebody who says it's this mask, and it's just a CGI creepy picture of Michael Jackson. Basically, they made video games about it.
No, I think it's isn't it Momo? A Momo mask?
Yeah, it's something like that. Or Ayawoki is another Michael Jackson monster type.
Just some fucking creepypasta thing.
Yeah, and this kid puts on this $2 fucking Kmart mask and says this is it. And then they
it does look similar.
Yeah, in shape, in design maybe.
But even the video, like in the video, it looks more like a skull shape, where this thing looks like a weird like rubber bird shape or something.
Yes, exactly. And then just them showing the mask, and then I appreciated it so much directly showing this creature again. I mean, it's beyond movie makeup. If if that's what it is, it's not a mask. You can see.
See, I wouldn't go that far at all.
I would. You can see the depth and the dimensions in its cheeks.
But you could get good masks that'll do that.
They would not be cheap at all. We're talking thousands of dollars for a mask like that. I actually have.
But you also have to think, though, it's in the dark and being observed with night vision camera. So the quality of the picture isn't going to be all that great. So it could make something, and that could actually work in its favor by making it look even more terrifying, because it's not HD. So it's kind of like, oh fuck, look at that thing.
That's true. But with that being said, I don't think that the shape of this thing's head is big enough to be a normal human head. And there's an end part to this video to where...
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you tell them?
So the end part, the end part is another one of these live streams. And apparently nobody wanted to come with the guy back to the shop. So the guy went to the shop alone, and he's just checking things out and live streaming while he's doing it. And he walks into this room, and he's looking around. He says everything's normal, and he looks up on, like, it looks like a loft or something, and he points the camera up there, and you hear him gasp, and then he just fucking runs away. And when he points it up, you see this crouching golem looking thing just sitting there, and which is, supposed to be this thing that was peeking up.
Yeah, it wasn't the size of a person. It was smaller.
Yeah, it was smaller.
And I like the fact that in the video, if you don't know where to look, you're not going to see it. He didn't try to fucking focus on this thing. When he saw it, he cut out. It's just by chance. It's in the upper hand corner for a second. He wasn't walking into the room and then panned up there. He saw it, and you can tell he jumped, and his hand went up, and it caught it, and he just took off. So to me, that one's just as convincing as the other one. It wasn't moving that time. It was so fast. Who knows if it was moving, right?
Yeah, it didn't appear to be moving. But I would like to propose a theory. Is it possible that this is a marketing ploy to get people into his shop?
Most definitely. 2020 was full of bizarre marketing techniques.
And so he's live streaming this weird shit happening. And if you're saying, like, oh my God, my store is haunted, look at this weird shit that's happening, people are going to want to show up to the store, And then you could have a strict no loitering policy. If you're coming to the store, you're going to buy something. And there you go. You put asses in seats, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And by filming that thing at the end the way that he did, he could have just it could have been a statue, and he just films up and holy shit, and then runs away. And it's so quick. You get the briefest of moments, and it's all movement. There's not a point where he stops the camera and focuses on it. It just pans up and then he runs. So you don't get to ever see a still frame of it, and it's just for a split second anyway. So it's just the vague idea of this creature after seeing this mask pop up from among the things with some clever tactics.
Mm-hmm.
To make all the the effects and the sounds and all that.
Very true. Yeah, but again, all these could be fake, and like you said, most of them probably are. But either way,
this one, I would be willing to bet is Bologna.
Yeah,
but I don't want it to be. I want it to be real, and I want it, and I'm terrified that it's real, but it's most definitely fake. So I'm not terrified because it's fake. But if it was real, I would be so scared.
Yeah, for sure. But do you think it's got a little touch of it's too good looking to be real? I mean, we're not going to believe the evidence if it hits us in the face in this day and age.
I wouldn't even, because to me that it's something that's very easily faked. The whole thing is very easily faked. And I don't know. Not to say that everything that happened, like, it had to have started somewhere, unless the guy's just like, you know what? I'm going to be the guy with the haunted pinata shop. And then he just figured out ways to make the pinatas spin and all manner of things.
Very
the fact
true.
that he was live streaming it, it makes me think, and you could use it the other way, I guess, and say, well, he was live streaming the whole thing, so it's real. But he was also live streaming the whole thing in his store. And you can't tell me that that's not going to get people in the store.
But I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of, spiritualism and religion and mysticism and magic and all sorts of stuff in that part of the world. It could scare off a lot of people.
Maybe it was La Llorona.
That's what that's what the first thing that came to my mind when I saw it. I mean, if I had to deal with that, if I had a store that I'm depending on this place for my livelihood, and I had to go in there and that shit was going on.
Before you continue on, you saying if I had to deal with it just really in my head creates this scenario where Mateo runs a store that's haunted and Mateo's like rolling up his sleeves trying to give the ghost what for, and the ghost is like, fuck you, Mateo, and he knocks over his cans that he just neatly stacked.
Yeah, and I just curse with my hand shaking towards the sky.
I want that show. I want it now. The theme song would be amazing.
But if
it's a ghost and a guy in a grocery store. Oh God, it'd be so good. All right, I'm sorry. Continue on.
But if I had to deal with that, if I was going through that, I would be live streaming every second of me being in there. That's the first thing I would do.
And you'd get asses in seats. All it would take is like Aunt Nancy over there just being like, "Oh, look at this. It's a haunted store in our area. Let me share this to all of my friends and family." And then their friends and family share it, and then grandma gets it, and then grandma sends it to her grandkids, and then her grandkids are like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna go there." And then their parents go there, and their aunts and uncles, and it's a whole thing. And then people buy haunted fucking pinatas, and it's a big thing. You gotta have the haunted pinata at your birthday. If you don't have the haunted pinata, your birthday sucks. So everyone's got to go get the haunted pinata.
Dude, fuck that. Every pinata would come with a ghost. Would they bust that open and just...
Yeah. And either that or the ghost, there's a ghost candy in every one, and nobody knows who gets it, but whoever eats it gets possessed by the ghost. And yeah, it's not a party until someone gets possessed.
Yeah, you take home memories and an evil spirit. All right, so the next one I want to talk about, it's in the same video, believe it or not. Now, I love this piece of footage because it's security camera footage. So let's watch this video and check this weird one out. What do you think of that?
It's really fucking cool, but I don't know if I buy the explanation of the only recording when something's moving. So for those again who aren't able to watch and are just listening, this video is a camera. It's a motion camera that's on this woman's porch, and it starts recording when it picks up movement. And all of a sudden you see this headless guy walk into view. Like, it's a regular looking guy, but he doesn't have a head. Like, it doesn't look like an old-timey ghost or anything. Like, it looks like an actual person walking by, but they have no head. And it's weird because it's not like you're seeing them as they're coming in, and it's not like it's a weird angle. You're seeing them the entire time, and not at any point do they have a head. And then all of a sudden they disappear, and the time on the camera jumps ahead, and then a truck comes into view. But like, it's as soon as it disappears, the camera jumps ahead. And the explanation for that is that the camera only records when something is moving. But the camera was recording before the person came into view, and then a truck goes by and the camera was recording before the truck went by. So to me, that seems a little suspicious. But
I will say some cameras that are set up for motion, or they also are set up for sound. So when a truck's pulling up, they'll start recording, or somebody's shuffling down the street, they'll record. I have a camera like that. So It'll actually do that. And if he's just disappeared like that, it means it stopped detecting motion. So either he physically disappeared, or she said there was no glitch. She was showing actually the wave of the file, so we can see what was coming. But that was just weird. My favorite part is that it's not a ghost, you guys. It's a body. It's a person.
Yeah, like it's not see-through at all. No. It looks like it's not floating. It's actually walking
down the street.
Like a person, just a regular person wearing a jacket and jeans, but they have no head.
And my favorite part is that they got a big collar on this jacket, and where the head should be, you can see the collar there. There's no bump on the chest like someone's doing that high-shouldered magic trick. It's just a fucking headless person walking down the street.
Yeah, it does. It looks completely natural.
And she does mention in the video that it's not the only sighting of this headless person walking around, which is unnerving as fuck.
Yeah. Crazy. I don't know. I really don't have an explanation for that, because it looks like it's unedited footage to me. Aside from that, but that's the thing. Even if that part was edited, what you see before that is a headless person walking down the street. So
exactly.
I don't know. It's really weird, and I want to know what the deal is. Like, is there a history, I wonder, of on this street? Did somebody get hit by a car or something, or get their head chopped off on the street? What happened?
If you look up, man caught on security camera with no head, there's actually an alarming amount. There's more pictures, which is way easier to edit and fake, so those I would just disregard, but there's actually quite a few videos of people walking around without a head. That's fucking weird. Imagine living in a town where you just got to deal with headless people walking around sometimes. Do your best to shield your children's eyes from it. You're like, hey, wait, come over here.
Why shield their eyes? They just want to live in society like anybody else. Just because they don't have a head, it sounds to me like you're being headist. What you got against the headless folk?
You do have to have a head to be my friend.
Well, see, you need to open your mind up. That's a little. I'm a little bit offended by that.
You have a head. What do you know? You can't relate.
First, it starts with the headless people, and then what? You're gonna start hating on Blemiers and Mothmen and Grafton monsters too?
No, I adore those things.
Oh, so they're fine. They don't have heads, but
they're not
God
people.
Forbid you're a pedestrian and you don't have a head. What an asshole!
They're not people. They're not supposed to have heads.
Get a load of. Oh, they're not people.
Problems with headless people. That's what I got from.
See, you make that distinction, and it all goes downhill, Mateo. It's bullshit.
So in these videos, there's a lot of great shadow entity videos, which I was excited to see. And they're all above quality, I believe. I don't think they're just run-of-the-mill faked shadow people stuff.
No, and it's not like that one lady who was drawing shadow people just like everywhere.
The fedora lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to join the mythos of the Whatcast, fedora lady. Don't be a fedora lady. Come on. Relax.
Oh, wait, no. It wasn't was it fedora lady?
Yeah.
With all the, fucking wackos. Anyway.
So there's one video here. We'll have you tell them about it, Mike. But this guy is on a Skype, or we say Skype. We just dated ourselves, right? Who uses Skype? It's Zoom, you asshole.
As we're on Skype.
So he's on some video call.
Back in May Day, we used Skype. Shut up, Grandpa. We're using Zoom. What is Zoom? Hey, it sounds too fast for me. I can't use that.
But this guy's doing this video call or whatever. And I don't know, Mike. Go ahead and tell him what happens. This one's funny to me.
For one, the guy's deaf, so that's the only way he can, talk on the phone is video chat, I would assume. So he's signing, and as he's signing, you can see the doorway behind him, and through the doorway this shadow just runs right by. And it's not like a shadow that's cast over something. Like, this is a thick black shape that just runs behind him. And he doesn't, it looks like he doesn't even see it. And it was the person that was recording the video that observed it.
Yeah, he does not react to it at all.
But there's a lot of, he's got a lot of this type of stuff. And the shadow stuff is so creepy, man.
It is. To me, in that guy's video, it looks like somebody threw a black sweater from the hallway into the room more than...
Oh, really?
Yeah. That one, I'd have to watch it a couple more times to like...
I'm going to watch it right now.
Yeah, me too, because I want to compare body size to what this is. Or yeah, it looks like somebody threw a sweater, dude.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like somebody threw their hoodie in their room. Or, you know, it's moving so fast. It looks like it's moving at a falling speed, to be honest.
Really? Because to me, it just looks like it's moving straight across. It doesn't look like it's dropping down.
There is a video that I did find mixed in with all the other shadow stuff that I don't know if you remember when I talked about that blobbish black mass thing that I saw when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Okay, this is literally a video of that. I was shocked.
Why don't you tell this story for people that haven't heard it? I know you've told it a couple of times, but...
Okay. Yeah, for sure. So
retell it, and then they can check out this video.
Yeah. So this happened when I was like maybe 9 or something like that. I was in my mom's room for some reason in the evening watching TV, and I fell asleep there. And the way the room was situated, and I've mentioned this before, like Mike mentioned, the as you walked into the room, the head of the bed was directly to the left, and the foot of the bed was pointing towards the center of the room. It wasn't flush against the wall to the left. It was directly after where you walk in through the doorway. And I fell asleep early. I didn't wake up, like at 9 or something. That was it. I was out for the night. And I was woken up by light hitting my face. And the way the room was situated in the hallway, it was in a hallway, that the light wouldn't shine on my face if I was sleeping in that bed. But what had happened is that the bed had been moved to where it was maybe 10 feet back from being in front of the doorway. Now, it was no longer from the doorway head to toe pointing towards the center of the room. The foot of the bed was towards the center of the room, and the head of the bed was to the wall to the right now. So it's right in front of this doorway. And the lights is what woke me up. And as soon as I woke up, I knew something was wrong because there should be no light in my face. This has to be a flashlight or something like that. It wasn't like somebody turned on a light in a room. It was just a weird spotty flickering almost type of sensation that with a movement to it that caused me to wake up. So when I woke up, I sat up right away, and I instantly felt that something was dreadfully wrong. I almost didn't notice that the bed had moved, but I didn't recognize it. I almost felt like it would have to been moved for this light to be bothering me or something like that, a sensation like that. So when I woke up, I knew something was wrong. And as I looked up, as I got up, looking out the door into the hallway, there was this blob. I called it a blob. That's what me and my mother call it because she woke up and saw it as well. It was like a black mass, and it was in the hallway. Now, directly across the hallway was another room, and that door was open. There was no lights on in the room, but there's Venetian blinds there that were partially open, so moonlight was coming through those. You can see a light blue, white haze of light bouncing off of some things. And it was backlighting this blob so I can see its shape. And it seemed to be constantly moving, almost in a crouching and swaying motion. And when I saw it, I instantly knew that it was not natural. And it kicked on. That was the first time I felt that holy shit light come on that we talk about. The fear warning. The terror wave that comes over. Yeah, so I was just petrified. I didn't know what it was. There was a slight hint of eyes inside of it at some points, depending on where it moved and what light hit it.
What do you mean? Like indentations or actual eyes?
Yellow. They looked like human eyes, but the pupils were black and the whites of the eyes were yellow. So when I saw that,
Ugh.
I knew it wasn't right.
Sounds like a Lovecraft monster.
Well, I mean, I couldn't see any detail. I can only see this shape that's being backlit, so I couldn't say what it was. It didn't seem right. So when I saw it, I knew that I wanted it to leave. Now, the room that was across the hall was one of my sisters, and I didn't want it to go in there. So I stood up, and I lunged forward, and I yelled, "Get out of here," and I went to chase it. And funny enough, I was talking about this with my mother just the other day, and she had mentioned that when I got up, she sat up and she saw it. And she said that when I went to lunge at it, that I stopped. And she said it paralyzed us. She said that it made us not move. We weren't moving at all. We weren't going to be able to move. And I was able to yell, I think I yelled, "Get out of here or you don't belong here." Now, when I did that, it crouched. It got its shape changed and it went low. I can't say crouch because I don't know if it had legs, but when it did that, my head said, "Shut the fuck up." But I did not want it going into my sister's room, and I was able to push forward and chase it, and it ran down the hall, which was to another room, but the door was closed. And when I ran down the hall, it wasn't there anymore, and I fucking flipped out. And I don't even remember talking to my mom about it the next day. It was so weird. It was so bizarre. I don't know if it even went down the hall. It might have went into that room that was adjacent from us, but it was so dark. Most of the room was so dark. But all I know that I tried to yell at it, and all I know is I saw something that I've never seen. It's just something I couldn't explain. And in this channel, he plays this really quick video, and it's basically a daytime video of exactly what I saw. It was super fucking upsetting to see this thing again. I couldn't believe my eyes. So, Mike, I texted to you. Won't we watch that and tell them what's going on?
I actually remember you sending me this earlier, or well, not earlier today, but previously. But basically, what it is, it's a camera. It looks like in the kitchen, maybe, and it's panning. And right by the door, there's this weird black lumpy shape that's chilling there.
It's somebody holding a phone, I believe, and they're walking around, and he's not focusing on anything. He's one and then turns. But when the video starts, this little black mass isn't there. It just bubbles up into the frame.
Yeah, it's weird.
As he pans to the right, out of this kitchen, he gets a shot of the front door, which has a glass circle type of window in it. And it's now outside in front of the door, bobbing up and down, almost slithering a little bit. And he doesn't notice it in either case. He just continues walking. Shortly after that, it ends. But just what it shows, that's exactly what I saw, man.
That's really, really fucking weird.
Watching it again, it's there a little bit in the beginning. I got to correct myself, but it elongates itself. It kind of grows. It goes up. So bizarre. And that movement, seeing that thing move like that, is exactly the same thing.
Like the movement, the way it moved was the same?
Yes.
Oh, man.
It just seems unnatural. They do it in slow motion. I got to watch it again because they do it in slow-mo. I want to see it in slow-mo because I got to be honest, I breezed through it watching it because it's weird seeing it again. You see, yeah, they're doing it in slow-mo right now. Yeah, see, it bobs its, quote, head up. And then at the door, oh, shit, it's almost like Jacob's Ladder-ish. Did you see it in slow-mo?
Yeah.
Gross. It's not a shadow. It's a black mass. It's there. Whatever it's there is there. What did he put? Like a rabbit in a black pillowcase? because it's not flipping out. It's not spazzing out.
No, yeah. It just slowly rises up.
Yeah, but let us know what you guys think about that one, because if you saw that, would that trip you out at all, or was I just a chicken shit little kid? I don't know.
Pussy, get in there and fight it. Hit it with a stick. I don't know. I think it was probably just looking to play. It was a friendly blob, and you scared the shit out of it, and it went home and cried to its mama blob.
Aww.
Yeah, you should feel bad about that now. And that's why I never came back. And he went, and now he's trying to make friends with another kid, and that kid runs away too. He's going to get a complex here. He's going to stop. He's just not going to trust humans. And then it's going to, when he becomes a giant blob, he's going to be like, fuck you, humans, and just eat everybody.
He can go hang out with the headless people.
Yeah. Maybe they'll team up and just collectively attack you.
I'm ready. I'm not 9 anymore. I'm not 9 anymore.
I'll take y'all on.
Harass one.
And the lizard wizard too.
Throw in a nightcrawler. I'll kick you in the dick.
If you have one.
All right. So the last one we're going to cover, I love this one, dude. This is fake or not. This is just spooky. Good old classic. This is the type of ghost videos I want to see.
Yeah, I think this one's 100% fake.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I'll tell you why. There's a security guard who is working the overnight shift, and he's sitting at his desk, and on his monitor he can see the camera that's behind him that's also showing him a view of the street and the front door into the lobby. When he looks in the monitor, there's a woman that looks like she's standing there in front of the doors. But when he goes over there, there's nobody there. So he shows the camera. He takes his phone out and shows the monitor so that you can see the woman on the camera. And then he walks over there and there's no one there. Now, the reason I think this is 100% fake is when he shows the camera, when he shows the monitor, and then you can see where he is in proximity to where this woman would be. At no point.
Yeah, it's a huge glass storefront. Just big glass windows, glass doors. You can see everything
when he's
outside.
Showing when he's filming with his phone filming the monitor with his phone, when he takes it off the monitor, he spins it back around to face him. At no point does he film the monitor and then lift the phone. If he just lifted the phone above the monitor, you'd be able to see the storefront because you can see the pillar right next to it and you can see how close he is in the monitor. So all he would have to do is lift it up to show that there's nobody there and then bring the phone back down. Instead, he's filming it and then he turns the phone around to face him and then walks over to where the glass is.
I think something like that would be easy to fake, but it's a multi-camera monitor, and it shows him moving and checking.
Yeah, but the other pictures on the monitor are from other places. Like, it looks like a parking garage. And
right, but the one that shows him shows the lady.
Right.
It's
But what I'm
showing
saying is
there.
he could be filming the monitor of him looking at the computer and this woman outside. And then when he picks his phone up and turns back around, whoever his accomplice is takes the mannequin away or whatever. And then he walks over and, oh my God, there's nobody here. But then look, I go back to the camera because like it would be, I mean, maybe I'm just being cynical, but to me, if this was happening to me, I would film the thing. I would lift it up so that you could see that no one was there. I would walk over to the thing, filming the entire way, walking backwards, walking back around the desk, and then lowering my camera so that you could see my monitor.
Right. Yeah, there is some camera tricks that could have been used there for sure.
Not even really camera tricks. It's just the way that he moved it. Like, it's really weird to me that you would film the screen and then turn the camera to face you directly from the screen. Like, you wouldn't move it off the screen. You'd just whoop, turn right back at me.
Yeah, he is talking a lot and fast So he repeats himself a lot. It sounds like he's kind of trying to distract you from making those mistakes.
Maybe, I don't know. But I know that I don't believe his bullshit. I don't believe you, guy. It's a cool video, though.
Yeah, I love the video. That is scary. She stays perfectly still, and when he shows her on the monitor, it's definitely a woman standing there. And she's, again, it's like the headless dude. She's not a ghost or an apparition in appearance. It's just a woman standing there.
Yeah. I'm calling shenanigans.
Yeah. Yeah, but I love the channel, man. There's so much good stuff on there. There's even more stuff that's, like Mike said, there's stuff that could be faked. Just good footage of just stuff in the middle of a table flying off. You know, and somebody walking around the table.
Oh, yeah, there's tons of that stuff on here. Like, to me, this is a great channel just to throw on and just let it roll. It's good stuff.
It is.
Good fun.
Yeah, be sure to check out that channel and let us know what you guys think about these videos and if there's ever going to be footage that's going to be convincing enough to everybody to admit that ghosts are something that exists. I mean, when it comes to ghost stuff, in general, I think it gets a little bit of that treatment of, well, that's got to be fake. You know, that's obvious. That's clearly fake.
Yeah, that's what I think about everything, though. I'm like,
yeah.
Nope, fake aliens, fake ghosts. Like, I don't think I'll ever believe footage, just because unless it's like on the news, you know, like, hey, look what we captured, and I'd be like, oh, that's worth looking into. But Joe Internet just posting a video of what his neighbor saw, I'm like, either it's fuckery or it's drones or both.
Thank you for listening to the Whatcast. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, iTunes, and YouTube. Enjoy the podcast. Get yourself a Whatcast t-shirt or a sticker pack. Who was that dude on that one episode? Try the links in Homie's page. All this and more can be found at www.thewhatcasters.com. Thanks again for listening and have a great week.